the president of Porter Airlines, Robert Deluce. So good to see you.
Yes, good morning.
Talking to us about this incredible event. Are you taking part?
Yes, no, I'm going to be there tonight along with about 75 or so others who will be sleeping out on cardboard and in a little sleeping bag, all in an effort to raise awareness of homeless and to help raise some funds for Covenant House.
It is such a huge problem for youth. I mean, it's to live in this amazing city, to think that there are so many youth and they have nowhere to go. It's unfathomable. Why is this so important to you?
Well, I think I did have some experience being on the Covenant House board back a number of years ago, and I mean, the problem in Toronto is fairly serious, as it is throughout Canada, but I think Covenant House does a great job of providing some of those basic essentials that are needed by homeless, and they do a great job of getting kids to actually more permanently come off the street and to be more productive and constructive in terms of what they're doing.
Yeah. And it's one thing to literally, write a check, which is fantastic and welcome and support in any way you can, but it's another thing to really put your money where your mouth is and actually stay outside and see what it feels like. So talk to us a little bit about the experience and who's taking part.
Well, I did do this last year as well. Not sure how many more times I'll do it, but I'm looking forward to tonight, and it was a humbling experience. It certainly, as much as we were in a more of a controlled environment than would be the case for kids who experience this every night on Toronto streets, it did impress upon me a number of things. One, you don't get a very good night's sleep, that's for sure, and two, it's pretty cold out there. So, you wouldn't want to be doing that on a continual basis. I think one night and being able to get back into one's comfortable surroundings is one thing, but having said that, it does give us an appreciation and probably better enables those who do participate to relate to what these kids go through and why it's so important to be able to help them, not only in terms of raising the awareness, but in terms of making some funds available to help Covenant House do what they do.
So how do we help out? If people are watching, I know you have a big, hefty goal.
Yeah, there is a goal. I mean, last year there were over 50 that came out and more than $538,000 was raised.
Wow.
I know we're well through that number this year. I don't know where we'll end up, but there should be about 75 to 80 that actually do come out tonight. I said roughly 75, but the big thing that anyone watching here can do right now, and that would be to sign on to executivesleepout.ca and make it a donation.
Thank you, you just did my job. Executivesleepout.ca. Thank you for doing that, because like you said, it's one thing to deal with the harsh elements of the cold that you have to physically fight, but then there's the danger for these kids when they're sleeping by themselves with all the other things happening around them on top of the cold. It really is it's a miserable existence, and nobody should have to live that way here.
Well, a lot of people will walk by someone that's homeless or sleeping on the street and not really give it a second thought. But I think once you focus in on the issue and realize just how many individuals are in this situation and how important the work is that Covenant House does, I think you do sort of change your mindset and take a different perspective on it. But they do great work, and they do need help, and going on executivesleepout.ca and making a donation here today is really important.
Good on you, President Deluce. A pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to throw things over to Kevin Frankish in the newsroom. Hey, Kev.